Who is the smartest person in the world? You may think it is Nikola Tesla or Albert Einstein, but they don't even come close to this person in terms of IQ. Well, IQ stands for Intelligence Quotient and measures how smart and capable you are based on a series of tests, and anyone above 140 is considered as a genius. But it is nowhere near comparing to the smartest person ever. Now, this guy could read New York Times at the age of 18 months and at 5 years old could calculate the day which fell back to 10,000 years. He enrolled in Harvard University at 11 years old and could speak 25 languages. His name is William James Sidis, and he is estimated to have an IQ around 275. So, have you ever wondered why chip bags are overinflated? Many people misjudge it by thinking it's a scam, that they use this air to make the package look like it has a lot of chips in it. But in reality, it's totally different. Actually, chip bags are inflated with nitrogen in them, which helps the chips from being crushed as well as to keep them fresh. So the next time you see someone complaining that their chip bag is overinflated, you know what to tell them. And shout out to Pringles for not using this method. Subscribe for more picture perfect facts. Victoria Falls lies as the Africa's most awesome natural landmark. Devil's Pool is on the Zambian side of the Victoria Falls. It stands almost midway across the mile-wide waterfall and is accessible only through a guided boat tour operated by Tonga Bessie Safaris. To reach the Devil's Pool, you have to swim a short distance from Livingstone Island. Now, this tourist attraction might look deadly, but essentially is not. Only minor accidents have occurred on the slippery rocks, and there have been no fatalities on any organized tours. So do you have the guts to visit the Devil's Pool? Mention it in the comment section. EVs are not the future as the media and government are propagating, because lithium-ion batteries used in EVs are mined from ground, mainly from Africa. The mining causes heavy amount of pollution and environmental hazards. During mining, many vehicles and excavators are used, and they all use large amount of diesel, which causes heavy amount of pollution. Another fact is that only a few countries use hydroelectric plants for producing electricity or renewable energy. Hence, burning fossil fuels for electricity causes more pollution. The only possible solution could be hydrogen fuel or Porsche's carbon synthetic fuel. So considering all of this, did you know that ice cream ads are a scam? There is a certain trick behind these ice cream ads. Because actually, potatoes are used in ice cream ads instead of actual ice cream, and they are painted to look like actual ice cream. Reason being, if you use actual ice cream for shooting ads, it will melt away slowly and ruin the shoot. Hence, potatoes are used instead of ice creams in ads. Similarly, cheese in pizza ads is a special kind of glue and is used to make the pizza look extra cheesy and good when sliced and lifted. Subscribe for more picture perfect facts. Do you remember those fidget spinners? Yes, the same fidget spinners which went viral back in 2017 and everyone was literally buying them. But now they're irrelevant and dead. Well, believe it or not, it is because of middle-aged women. They were a major customer of these spinners. Not because they wanted to go with the trend, but instead they were buying it for their kids. Now, originally, fidget spinners were supposed to help with ADHD, which is a medical condition, but there were no evidences backing this. So eventually, they were banned in schools and labeled as an unsafe toy. So, can you import a JDM car to India? Well, the answer is a yes, but there are some certain criteria. First of all, the imported cars can only do their import clearance at the Mumbai port. Also, the vehicles need to be inspected by the Japanese Auto Appraisal Institute. Only personal imports are allowed. Now, let's break down the cost. First of all, total custom duties will cost around 125% of the car. And 24 countervalidating duty, 3% education cess, 4% additional countervalidating duty, registration charges for each state, and insurance. So if you were to buy a used car in an auction from Japan, for example, you would have to pay double of the actual car's amount or more. So it's not worth it in my opinion. Subscribe for more picture perfect facts. Do you know from where Mountain Dew got its name from? Now you might think it has something to do with a mountain, but in reality, it's totally something else. You see, back in 1930s, two brothers created this drink, and when they realized that it tasted like moonshine when they mixed it with alcohol, they decided to name their drink Mountain Dew. Because Mountain Dew is old slang for moonshine. Share this with a friend who doesn't know how Mountain Dew got its name, and subscribe for more picture perfect facts. What exactly happened to Mitsubishi? As in, why now they are making SUVs with Eclipse name? When we look back at Mitsubishi, they always had a bad history with money. Nissan owns 34% of Mitsubishi as of 2016, and they are part of an alliance group, continuously changing their focus on what they are making, but failing most of the time. The best thing they ever did was probably to make the Lancer Evolution. So the reason they are making SUVs now is because that's pretty much all they can make, because all the other attempts ended up a failure. So this is... Have you ever wondered why people on death sentence gets to choose their last meal even though they committed many hideous crimes? So why do we allow them to have their choice of meal? Well, some people say it's an act of kindness since they're gonna die soon. But the actual reason is something different. You see, this tradition started back in ancient Greece, where they believed if you don't feed the prisoners their last meal of choice, they would come back and haunt you as a hungry ghost. Share this with a friend who might find this interesting, and subscribe for more picture perfect facts. Do you know that there is a $5 billion car collection rotting away in a jungle? The royal family of Brunei owns this car collection. The Sultan of Brunei has many rare cars in his collection, including two Mercedes CLK GTRs. Only 26 of these cars were ever made. He also owns two McLaren F1 LMs, which only 5 were ever made, 5 Bugatti EB110s, 200 plus Ferraris, 400 plus Bentleys, 200 plus BMWs, 600 plus Rolls Royce. Can you imagine how big this is? Income of this small country is completely dependent on oil, and when oil market crashed, Sultan was forced to sell some of his cars. Worst part is that some of the garages he made to store these cars were not temperature controlled. Many of the rare cars in them, actually, their paints were peeling off, molds on leather and carpets, cars were rotting away. Can you imagine some of the most rarest cars has 0 miles on them, they're rotting away inside his garage. Subscribe for more. Everyone knows Valentine's Day is celebrated on February 14th. But do you know the reason behind why we celebrate Valentine's Day? To find out, we have to look back at AD 869 in Rome. The king banned soldiers from having marriage because he believed that non-married soldiers are more efficient. But there was a saint who did the marriages secretly for the soldiers who were in love. When the king found out about it, he was ordered to be killed. But before that, he was put in jail, where he fell in love with the jailer's daughter. And finally, when the day of death arrived, he writes a letter with the ending, "Your love, Valentine." Yes, that's right. The saint is no one other than Saint Valentine. Now this story became famous all around the world, which caused February 14th to be celebrated as the Valentine's Day. Do you want to know why Bugatti failed in India? India is the 5th largest economy and many billionaires reside there. But still, Bugatti failed. Bugatti decided to enter Indian market in 2010 with their Veyron, as luxury good demands were going up in India. So in 2010, Veyron Grand Sport was released with the estimated price of rupees 16 crore ex-showroom. But no one booked it because Indian economy just went to a recession and there was unstable political situations arising. Even though they faced failure, Bugatti released their new version of Veyron in 2012 for 20 crores ex-showroom, but still no one booked it. Finally, after realizing that Indian market won't accept them, they decided to make no more launches and leave Indian market. Now this is the reason that you won't find any Bugatti owners in India. Click the link in the pinned comment if you want to see more facts like this.